going on, traders and investors? It's Rod with Powell Group. Welcome back on the Pursuit of Wealth for a daily market recap and an MJ Sector review. Today's review for Tuesday, May 18th. And in today's video, we're going to be discussing as the topic of the day, 3D Systems Corp stock. It confirmed a daily uptrend today. So first and foremost, congrats to the bulls. And we saw over 17% gains at one point. So before we jump into the video today, make sure to smash the like and subscribe to the channel. So again, going to do the MJ Sector review all in one today. I wasn't feeling that well today, starting to feel a little bit better, but I was at the beach on Sunday and I got probably the worst sunburn of my life. And yesterday, it kind of kicked me in the face a little bit, but I was able to get through most of the day. And then today, I don't know what happened. Maybe I got a cold or something like that, but I had the chills and could barely sleep. And yeah, I was just, felt like I got hit by a bus or something today. So feeling a little bit better, and we'll go through this a little bit quicker here today, but bear with me as we go through it here. So Dow closes down 260 points at a session low as mega cap tech stocks turn negative. So we saw a bit of a volatility and sell off into the end of the day. Yellen pushes higher taxes, stronger unions, more global competition to U.S. chamber. Also, Burry of the Big Short places a big bet against Musk's Tesla. I think it was about 500 million and change. Just a little bet against Tesla. Google announces e-commerce partnership with Shopify. Also, speaking of Google, they are also teaming up with Samsung to take on the Apple Watch. So going to be interesting to see what they come up with there. Also, Walmart is doubling down on rollbacks as inflation pushes prices higher. Ford reveals new electric F-150 Lightning pickup truck during Biden's visit to the Michigan plant. And we also had the SEC allegedly using all means possible to block XRP holders from presenting evidence, which this is just foolish in my opinion. The whole premise of the SEC is to protect investors. And we literally have a petition of XRP holders. I think it had over 30,000 signatures, but basically just telling the SEC to stop this nonsense and to investigate Clayton and Hinman because they declared Bitcoin and Ether non-securities and gave them a free pass. And now Clayton is working for One River, which is a hedge fund, and he has profited millions and millions of dollars from that decision of Bitcoin and Ethereum being not being a security. So they're also saying that they should investigate Clayton and Hinman, as it just smells of something funky, right? I mean, Clayton filed a lawsuit the day before he left and then went to work for a crypto company that works primarily with Bitcoin and Ethereum, so essentially a competitor to XRP. This isn't going to end well, and I think that we could see Clayton and Hinman behind some metal bars when this is all done. So Curaleaf to buy outdoor Colorado cultivator Los Sueños for $67 million. In other MJ news, we had Hexo Corp to participate in the BMO Capital Markets 16th Annual Farm to Market Conference. So that will be presented by CEO Sebastian St. Louis and Trent McDonald, the CFO. And that's going to be on May 20th, 2021, Thursday at 9:20 a.m. Eastern. I'll be tuning into that, so you can expect a video and an update on that. And speaking of Hexo, they did launch their Trust CBD USA drops. So they have Focus, Mind, and Body, and Unwind, and they're all CBD. But they also have different additives. We have guarana, elderberry, and theanine. Not sure if I'm pronouncing that correctly, but essentially one pump gives you 5 milligrams of CBD. So nice to see that they're rolling out the drops. I know they're super popular here in Canada, but they also have the THC option available as well. And just wanted to bring up this. So shout out to Patrick in our group who constantly shares the discounts and tracking mergers and acquisitions and the discounts that come along with those arbitrage opportunities. So you can see here that Harvest and TrueLeave, right now there's about 11.3% discount, and then you have the Hexo, Zenobus, and 48 North acquisitions. So 48 North, very small in terms of a discount because of the fact that there wasn't a very high premium, and I think that Hexo got a good deal there. And check out my video from yesterday as to why they picked 48 North. I think it was a great move, and SSL is in SSL we trust, right? I made a joke last night, and probably best comment of the year award, I would say, but I learned to trust SSL. He does things very well. So thought that was pretty funny. Taking a look at the Supreme and Canopy deal, we're at about a 4.3% discount, and then Canopy and Acreage, you're sitting at a 64% discount because we never know when that's going to happen, right? If it becomes federally permissible to do so. So check out our group as well for a 1 week free trial. We constantly post these updates and these discounts in our group. And again, shout out to Patrick for spearheading that. So taking a look at the crypto space, we are bouncing back here across the board at the moment, even though SPY ended the day weak, but Bitcoin is trying to hold 42,000. And if you watch my video from yesterday, it's a possible monthly bull flag if we hold 42,000. If we lose 42,000, that is going to decrease the odds, but we are still extremely bullish on Bitcoin on the longer term time frames. And we have a lack of resistance all the way up here to about 59,000 on the daily. So when we do get this bounce, the daily bounce going, we are daily oversold. And I expect it's going to be a doozy. So taking a look at the S&P 500, we did have some volatility and a bit of a sell-off there into the end of the day. And we did start daily consolidation. If you remember from my video yesterday, I said that QQQ started daily consolidation and SMH, so the tech sector and the semiconductors, which have been leading the market higher throughout the past year or so. So the fact that they started daily consolidation yesterday, I said in my video yesterday, this is possible that we could see the same thing in the S&P 500. And sure enough, that's exactly what happened today. We saw daily consolidation close near the low of the day. So that's not exactly what bulls want to see, but bears are pleased overall. And the daily lower high is now set here at 417.49. And now we're just looking for a higher low compared to 404. And if we do lose 404, we confirm a daily downtrend, and we're likely going to fill that gap at 400. But at this point, bulls got quite a bit of room now. We could still pull back from current levels, and we're down slightly after hours, not by much, but we could still pull back about 1.8% and still be looking for a daily higher low. And from here, if we form that higher low and break resistance at 417.49, that would confirm a daily uptrend again. And then at that point, our consolidation would be over on the weekly, and we're holding EMA 12, but that is coming into play quickly here, and it's sitting at 407.05. So we will want to see us close the week above that level to remain bullish on that weekly time frame. The dollar is extremely weak, and we broke to a new lower low today. So the daily downtrend continues, not quite oversold yet on the daily. So it's all about weekly support now at 89.68. We got as low as 89.69. So at this point, it's a double bottom. And again, we don't have any real resistance on the weekly up till 93.43. So we'll see if this is our double bottom and whether or not we continue with another leg down, lose weekly support, or we'll see whether or not we get a weekly bounce here before too long. So IWM didn't start daily consolidation yet today, but closed near the low. So QQQ. So again, yesterday we lost the low of on Friday, but today we held yesterday's low. So a bit of a daily inside bar. It looks like we broke the high of yesterday just barely, but then pulled back within that range. So closing near the low of the day, not looking too hot, and in a daily downtrend on SMH. So pretty much the exact same thing for SMH and QQQ. And just as a reminder, I'll put some timestamps in the description below as well, but we'll run through this a little bit faster here. So TAN, solar sector, bouncing. Oil starting daily consolidation after breaking above 66.73 resistance, now pulling back. And now we are no longer in a daily downtrend. The metals broke out to a higher high today. So silver and gold continue to be strong. Biotech broke out on the daily. XLE, energy sector, broke the high of yesterday, but ended up basically back within that range, and it's an inside bar. XLF broke the low of yesterday, so daily consolidation underway, looking for its higher low, and the healthcare sector daily consolidation today as well, and a bit of a doji indecision candle there on the day today. So taking a look at DDD, you can see here that we changed the weekly trend with the daily trend with a low, high, higher low, and higher high. So we were in a daily downtrend, and this comes off of the recent earnings reaction. They absolutely destroyed and crushed those earnings estimates. Look at the EPS, a 919% surprise, and they also beat on revenue by about 10 million. And this consolidation ended up just being an attempt for a trend change, and today we got it. We did pull back with an upper wick, so we could see an EMA 12 and 26 bull cross as well. So it's entirely possible that this move is not over yet, but we're going to be watching the overall broader market as well, as that is going to have an impact. And you can see that it did here with the weakness into the end of the day on S&P 500. DDD started to pull back. We had resistance at 28.97. We got as high as 26.45. So we don't really have any resistance now on the daily until 28.97. So we'll see if bulls can get continuation tomorrow. And on the weekly chart, we're starting to look good here. MACD's trying to cross bullish. So if we can get that bullish cross by the end of the week, stochastic is already crossed bullish, and we're back above the 10-week moving average. So as long as we close the week over 23.83, that 10-week moving average, that is bullish in my opinion. And taking a look at this weekly pullback, it was a big one from the recent highs at 56.50, and we held all of the weekly moving averages on that pullback. So that was notable. I entered on this pullback as well. I was playing off that 50 weekly support at 16.07. And taking a look at the daily moving average, I was also playing off of the 200-day moving average, which is at 17.49. And I entered back here, I think it was around 18. So again, I entered a little bit early before we saw another lower low. But again, earnings were an absolute just blowout. They just crushed those earnings. And I am extremely bullish on this stock in the long term. But if we do bounce tomorrow, keep in mind we have the 100-day moving average sitting at 28.12. So that could be a level of resistance to be watching. And we also have that 28.97 daily resistance there as well. And then taking a look at the weekly VWAP, it's sitting at 23.25. So again, a close above 23.25. And this 10-week moving average at 23.83 will be extremely bullish in my opinion. And we've got a lack of resistance on the monthly. So from these lows to the recent high, you're looking at about a 225% increase. So this is why, and generally I don't play earnings, but I was pretty confident holding DDD, and I was prepared to enter again. I entered a small position. I would have liked to enter a little bit more, but I'm happy with the amount that I hold, and it's a long-term hold for me. So taking a look at the bull and bear list, we had MVMD got crushed today, down over 16%. EDR and TAP, just want to bring up the TAP chart. So Molson Coors Beverage Co. confirmed a daily downtrend today with a lower high and lower low. So weekly consolidation underway, closed near the low of the day, but we're right on EMA 26, and we don't really have any support down to 51.62. And then on the weekly chart, there's no real weekly support until down at 43.43. But we also have EMA 12 sitting at 53.22, and then 26 at 49.75, and 50 psychological. On the bull list, we had the very good food company, DDD and NKLA. And just want to bring up Tesla real quick. So Tesla weekly inside bar, and on the daily time frame, we didn't break the low of yesterday. We broke the high of yesterday, so daily bounce was underway, but at this point it's a daily bear flag. And we have next key support is going to be 539 and then 500 psychological. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw Tesla lose $500 here. All right, moving on to the MJ sector. So Hexo, again, just small day today. It was a good day to take the day off today, to be honest. There wasn't a whole lot going on. It was a pretty slow day overall and a small range for the most part. Not much to report here in the MJ space, but Hexo, again, once it gets its daily bounce underway, we've got a lack of resistance up till 753, and we'll be watching the recent low here at 572. After that, we're looking at 502, but just looking for that weekly high or low, and we will attempt a weekly trend change, just like most names. But taking a look at the bull and bear list, we had Love, North, and PWR. On the bull list, we had XLY, so Oxley, VLNS, and TGOD. So we had pretty mixed bag today, but overall MJ seeing a nice day today. And taking a look at CGC, so CGC is a weekly inside bar. And on the daily time frame, we are bouncing on the daily, but declining bull volume here and yet to test EMA 12. So a lot of names coming up on their EMA 12 here. And we'll be watching. Kron got overhead here today, but ultimately closed below it. So we'll be watching for potential daily lower highs here on most of our names. Tilray getting over its EMA 12 and closed above it. So daily bounce is underway, coming off of daily oversold. BFF, its daily bounce we didn't break the low of yesterday, so it's a daily inside bar. So No consolidation yet, but it's still a possible daily bear flag. And again, yet to test EMA 12. Oxley getting close to its EMA 12, so tomorrow is going to be an interesting day to see whether or not the S&P 500 consolidates further, or if we can change the daily trend on SPY, and then that means we could be heading up to recent all-time highs. So on the bull and bear list in the US sector, we had FLGC, MMEN, and BioHarvest. On the bull list, we had VREO, CWeb, and BMMJ. Acreage, shout out to them as well, but VREO reported earnings today and had a really good reaction to that. It says here May 14th. I thought they reported, or no, it was Verano. Yeah, it was Verano, I believe, that reported earnings today. So get those mixed up. Verano, Vireo, pretty similar, but nice move here on the daily time frame for Vireo Health. And we do have resistance up at 296. We got as high as 290. And we are coming off of, we're pretty choppy here on the daily time frame. So we're basically just going sideways for the last few weeks. But we have key support at 227. And we'll be watching to break 296. On the weekly time frame, it's a weekly inside bar. So whichever way this breaks, we'll expect the weekly bounce to begin. And again, we have a lack of resistance on a lot of these MJ names on the weekly time frames. So what I suspect is we're going to see a sector-wide rally here before too long after just trending down, just slow bleeding. And this is typically what they do after you see a big bull move. They just, bore people to death and shake them out. The market can stay irrational a lot longer than we can stay solvent. But expecting an explosive move here across the entire sector. So going to end it there. Thanks again for joining us on the Pursuit of Wealth for a daily market recap and an MJ sector review. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe to the channel on the way out, and we'll see you tomorrow after market close.